interview with was like fucking Wegmans or whatever like that, but like they still, like they were only paying $15 an hour, and I can tell like they really needed somebody to fill that position. It was like Frozen and shit. Nobody want to work in fucking Frozen. You know what I'm saying? So come to think about it, I think that's the longest job I ever fucking had. Being at Wegmans and fucking Frozen, but or the longest job I kept. But pretty. What was I saying? Yeah. So pretty much. Right. I couldn't fucking manage an automotive job and taking 4 classes to finish the fucking program off. You know what I'm saying? But on the 29th, all my classes pretty much fucking end. And yeah, all my fucking classes pretty much fucking end. And then I had to take a second class, right? Because I'm not just taking the class I need, the advanced engine performance. I'm also taking another fucking class, but I'm taking another class. It's fucking CAD. It's a CAD class, it's software engineering, and let me tell you, man, I would never be a fucking software engineer. That shit sucks. That shit fucking sucks. Right? Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea at all. You know what I'm saying? I barely go to that class, and I only took up the class so I can get fucking financial aid. That's the only reason why I took up the fucking class. But, that class fucking sucks. You know what I'm saying? I barely go. Since they gave me my fucking refund and shit like that. I think I definitely got like a fucking F in that class, but it's gonna fuck up my GPA, but my GPA is like a 3.57. GPA is a 3.57. You know what I'm saying? That's a pretty high GPA, right? And that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? I damn them got all these fucking A's, right? A's and B's. I got more A's than B's, right? On my fucking student record or whatever like that. Right, but I have no practical experience. All I have is all this information, right? And when you leave school, right? And I'm not kind of like going against the institution of school, saying school is bad. School should teach you more. No, I think that's the purpose of education, just giving you the information, right? They did exactly what they were supposed to do. Give me a whole bunch of information and give me a little bit hands-on, right? I just don't like the fact that the instructor I was talking to today was trying to gaslight me and trying to say, oh, well, you should. We teach hands-on just as much as the theory, and like, no, the fuck you don't. And then you had a security guard sitting there or whatever like that, and she was kind of like, she was jumping into it like, no, see, you didn't do what you were supposed to do and everything like that. Don't know shit. Don't know the right. All you see, she sits at the front of the course, she talks to some of the techs or whatever like that, but you're not in the program. You're not taking any of the fucking classes. You don't know anything about this program. You don't know anything about this program, right? You haven't been put in any groups and asked to do any fucking labs or whatever like that. You don't know. Just talking out your ass. She was just talking out her ass. Literally, just talking out her ass. Talking about, it seems like you're making a whole lot of excuses. I'm not making a whole lot of fucking excuses. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. Right? And that's another thing I noticed. When you tell the truth, people pass it off as an excuse. No, it's the fucking truth. I was trying to come in here. I was trying to hone my skills. Use the cars in here. Right? And y'all wouldn't let me. Y'all wasn't too consistent with that. Right? So I'm like, and then, the director of the program, he started, when I was in steering and suspension, after he let me use the fucking, because I asked to use the tire machine. I was using the tire machine. I stayed in there, practicing on the tire machine. And after that, he just started, because I wanted to ask more and more and more. Can I come in here? Can I practice this? Can I practice that? And I noticed he started ducking me. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? It would just be better if I had my own car, because, and most shit that I do, I'm self-taught anyway. Most of the shit that I know, man, I taught my fucking self, right, through reading and shit like that. And that's one thing, because I always wanted, like I said before, I always wanted to trade, and I think that's why, I pretty much went to school, because before I went to school, I didn't know shit about cars. I literally did not know anything about cars. I didn't know shit. But now I know a ton of information about cars. I got a ton of information about cars from school, right? And I think I think it did what it was supposed to do. I just don't like the fact that the instructor fucking gaslighted me and tried to make it seem like, oh no, you supposed to be good with your hands on. You supposed to know your hands on too. You supposed to be a fucking C-Tech. No, the fuck you're not. Right? I had conversations with the fucking director. Like, no, like, right? Even though you have this degree and you have these certifications, when you leave here, you're gonna be a fucking Lutech. Right? And what a lot of people don't understand is there's a difference between knowing how a car works, right, and knowing how to work on a car. Right? Knowing how a car works is the situation I'm in right now. Right? You know all the systems in the car and you know how they work. Right? Working on a car comes from experience. From actually applying that information. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I wanted to say, man. Peace.